Hello. So for this edition, I am talking about the anatomy of a high-performing PDP. So I've helped many e-com businesses audit and improve PDPs across a wide range of product types, from fashion, beauty to financial services and even mobility aids. The solutions have one thing in common, which is defining the structure, the anatomy, based on a user mental model. And this video summarizes how that works. Also, a shout out to Rachel Jones from Rotate, who recently did a really good post on LinkedIn around the strengths of M&S from a PDP landing page point of view. Really useful. So do check it out. I'll put a link in the newsletter. So let's talk through the steps where you build out the anatomy of a highly performing PDP. Number one, define primary and secondary audiences. So who are they? What are they like? Keep this simple. You're not talking about extravagant personas. So things like, a beauty brand saying, we're targeting women aged 18 to 35 who want to look good but care about the quality of the product and also the ethics of the product, and therefore things like sustainability and the quality of ingredients. That's your basic profile. Then build a mental model. Step two, what questions do they need answered to help them be confident in making a purchase? What are the potential barriers to purchase? And this could be barriers around pricing. It could be around delivery. It could be around the quality of the products. And then you can then map what content will help to tackle the barriers and answer those questions, and what content formats are best suited to doing that, whether it's text, image, video. For example, if you've got a really technical product where you've got a very complex set of questions you need to answer, then a short video will be far more effective than just putting loads of copy. It doesn't mean don't put copy on. Make sure you've got a way to help it for people who don't want to read through reams and reams. Step three, identify the buyer type. So we got their overall profile, but what is their buy-in mentality? So Alice Brown framed this really nicely in a recent post on LinkedIn where she's discussing wording on call to actions. And she used some really nice segments for this. So talks about competitive or spontaneous buyers, the people who want it now, who need a good price. So they're in a buy-in mood, versus humanistic and methodical buyers. So they're thinking about benefits and outcomes. It's a more considered purchase. This is really useful to overlay on top of your core profile because it helps you to think about the language and the style of that page and how selling it is versus how informative and nurturing. Once you've done that bit, now you're on to step four to check your fundamentals are right. Let's go through these. A lot of this will be obvious. Some of it will hopefully be food for thought. Number one, breadcrumb trail, clickable breadcrumb trail, but on mobile, don't kill the space, so it pushes too much content down. Clear, concise product title, which needs to be SEO optimized. Check the character limit. Make it legible. There's an art form to blend in the right keywords to make it obvious what the product is without making the title so long that it's actually half a person to work it out and read through. Split up really long titles into title and subline. Subline is great for useful information to reduce overburden titles. It could be size, weight, best before date in food, warranty length, product SKU code, lots of different stuff you can put in a subline. Helps break up the copy. Next thing is price. Price has got to be visible. Ideally on page load. On mobile, that's not always the case. On desktop, it fundamentally should be. And you should be showing a from if you can't have an accurate price, or a pre-selected variant when you've got multiple options of a product to show a price. People need anchoring when they land on a site. Having no price visible can be really off-putting when they suddenly see a price appearing on a page, especially if it's a high price point. Set the expectation early. Then show alternative payment methods. We all know that not everybody is able or willing to part up front for the product. Maybe they want to buy now, pay later. Maybe they want fast payment options. So ability to show it, a Klarna or a ClearPay, helps people to know that there's flexibility in payment. This takes away another potential barrier. If there's a subscription offer, make sure the value prop is clear in terms of the subscription periods. Is it weekly, monthly? Do you get to choose? And what the subscribe and save offer is. Typically, people expect to have a value reward for giving you retained recurring revenue. Then you need product summary with bullets. So this is like key features, benefits. Normally, a small paragraph of maybe 3 or 4 bullets maximum. Then with a quick link to view, read more or view product details, which then anchors and lower down the page where the full long description is. Image gallery. So number one is quality lead image showing the product. And what a quality lead image definition varies by product type. From food, for example, show the packaged product on a plain background. And fashion could be showing the item of clothing on a model or on a plain background, but very clear what the product is. Some people go with lifestyle, but a lot of business I work with, we found that lifestyle images don't work best as the lead image. They work best in the gallery. Then the gallery is what are the additional images that people need to see in order to understand exactly all the key selling points of the product, the key features, because they can't pick it up. There are some nuances in there. For example, in food, having an image of the nutrition label rather than just expecting people to read it down the further down in the copy is really, really useful as well. So there's all of these different elements. With flowers, I found that even showing a small bouquet of flowers and having a sizing arrow added on, which can be photoshopped to give people an idea of the size, and then a contextual picture. So lots of variation, but you need the quality lead image, and then you need additional images that add value rather than just repeating. If you've got 5 images that are all the same, it's not adding value to the shopper. It actually slows them down. The next bit is video. Product video should be tested because it involves effort and cost, obviously, that added on. But video can tell the story 1,000 words can. Make sure that if you have a video, the thumbnail of it is incorporated into the image gallery for quick access. Make variant selection on configurable or multi-option products visually engaging. Don't just have endless long drop-down lists. Time and time again, I've seen better design variant selections increase add to basket rate. So sometimes there are pills. So if in fashion, like small, medium, large, etc., as little pills that you can click. Tested with icons and swatches, so color swatches, icons for specific versions of products. I've seen this in like equestrian, for example. But with icons and swatches, consider accessibility. You've got to make sure that anybody with accessibility issues, whether it's visual impairment or other people using screen readers, that is meaningful and they can select meaningfully. And also it's language around variant selection. Make it sound like a sales assisted interaction. Make it feel more human rather than very cold and mechanical. So instead of picks, pick variant, or use language like select your fit, or in fashion, select your fit, and on shirts, add a pocket. Nice language where it's almost like the language of a salesperson sort of saying, why don't you add this? Why don't you select this? Guide them through the process. Sometimes even adding numbers for step 1, 2, and 3 when you've got multiple selection options can help people. Then you need a well-written long description, which is all the info that sells the product, whether this is a kind of, editorial based or whether it's more functional and factual based. Really important, but pay attention to readability scores here. And there are free online readability tests for just quick indicative views on whether it's readable text. Break it up. Don't just use endless paragraphs. Consider using bullet points, subheadings, make it easier to read. Then you need sections for key info. So this could be tabbed or expandable. So don't have just everything open. Typically, I've found that people prefer to interact with a page rather than have to keep scrolling. So you could have tabs or accordions for things like take electrical product details, features and benefits, tech spec and reviews. You could have one of them open, like default product details open, and then the customer can choose the other ones. Often on mobile, it's little horizontal bars with a plus, and then it turns to a minus when you've opened it, and you can close it again. Then you need clear delivery and returns. People don't like hidden delivery charges. If you've got free shipping, talk about it. Say free delivery on all orders. If there's a threshold, free delivery when you spend over £50. If it's to a specific location, like free delivery, free mainland UK delivery, for example. If you don't know, because obviously you've got to get the shipping address and location before you can give it accurate, just say shipping from, or international shipping available, or free delivery available. Set an expectation at least. In B2B, you've then got the consideration about lead magnets. So not just the ability to buy. Some products aren't able to buy straight away. Maybe they need a survey or an engineer. Therefore, you've got to have things like inquiry, book a consultation, request a callback. Think about the language and think about what you want people to do and set that expectation. On mobile, click to call is a great one, like speak to a product expert now. Really, really powerful versus book a consultation where you've got a mini form behind it. So give people options. And then the final bit, I think, on the essentials is expanded storytelling. For those who have a stronger branded editorial story to tell, building out maybe what was listed in the features and benefits above into more storytelling. So take a feature and turn it into a couple of paragraphs with a nice image next to it. Makes a nice flow. And lots of sites do this really, really well. CPG brands do it really well on their retail partner sites, where they're trying to tell the brand story on a website that they don't own. So those are the fundamentals. So then we go to the next stage, which is stage 5, building persuasion, UGC, customer reviews. So not just the snippet at the top, which says 30 reviews, 4 out of 5. take actual customer verbatim text out of a review and put it prominently on the page, because reading that text can actually have a stronger persuasion ability than just seeing a snippet. A snippet is validation, yes, other people have bought it, but the language that customers used when it's a positive review can have a big impact. Booking.com do really, really well on their images on their product pages. Then you've got fear of missing out, urgency and scarcity. Oh, this is standard now, right? Overlays on the main image. Only 5 left, hurry, or 85 people looking at this now. So whether you do stock messaging as a standalone text snippet or whether you do it as an overlay on an image, it doesn't matter. Again, it's all about transparency of info. Authority is good. So, for example, in pet care, worked with things like recommended by vets. Anything where there is a true authoritative signal, could be a witch review, for example. Put that on there because it does have a reassurance, especially if you're a DC brand where you're trying to acquire new customers, trying to get across that reassurance messaging. And then unity, which is the latest in the principles of persuasion. So this combines social proof with relating it more intrinsically to the user, the individual. So, for example, with pet, instead of rated by 1,000 customers, you change the language to trusted by more than 1,000 pet owners like you. So we are helping people who are like you. You can rely on us. That's stage 5. Stage 6, add in useful info prompts. So size guides is a classic. Size guides occur in all sorts of products, but predominantly fashion. But also add in like info icons where there is additional information that is needed to help people understand the difference between product options and product versions. Instead of just dumping it on the page and making it a nightmare to read through, have a little icon which can be expanded through a slide-in panel, an overlay, provide helpful advice. So I'm giving some advice to a mobility aid company at the moment, which offers additional padding and protection on protective helmets. But there's different options. What's the difference between each? Why would you pay the extra money? What do you get? The pros and cons. So anything that can help people make more informed decisions. Live chat's really useful when you've got products which are more considered purchase, where there's multiple sessions to purchase, where there's more technical element to it, and therefore people have got more questions. A live chat, which is speak to an expert or get product advice. So not just the icon, but actually terminal wording next to it, which makes it obvious what they're getting. Next bit is step 7 is add navigation aids. So pin nav bar is a great one on PDP. As you scroll down, keep the page clean. When the user stops scrolling or scrolls back up, a pin bar appears normally at the bottom because it's near where the fingers and the thumb is, which is like the add to basket button with the product title and the price, and even like variant selection piece. Things like back to top as well to help people with quick scrolling, anything that speeds up interaction with the page. Then step 8, add your product associations. Fashion completely looks a classic. Beauty is like shop from this range, or pairs well with, a toner, with a moisturizer, with a cleanser. Jewelry, complete the set. Electricals frequently bought together like kettles, toasters, etc. You can do other items from within a range, from within a brand. You can set upsell options for higher price points to try and push people up. The good, better, best principle. Then step 9. Add contextual browse abandonment. A lot of sites still don't do this. So if you've got more considered purchase where people are doing more research, it's not an instant impulse buy, then people could be viewing it and then going off. Maybe they're going to do price comparison shopping. Lots of behaviors would take people out of the PDP. When you detect the exit, and this could be done on scroll detection on desktop, or it can be when a user on mobile presses into the address bar, have a contextually relevant panel that tries to keep them and reinforce USP by keep them in the journey, basically. So I did this in accounting software, and we found the optimal one as well. Speaking to a product expert, like the wording was, find out how we've helped companies like yours save hours with our software. So value proposition, speak to an expert. We're not trying to take your money, we're trying to help you. Persistent feedback is really good with this as well. You see this on some sites now. M&S has got it down the side, little feedback. So the simple question like, how can we improve this page for you? Or did you find what you're looking for? Just capture relevant info to help you then improve the page further. That's step 9. And then we are into step 10, my final step, which is review. For all this information, not all of it is relevant to every product page, but we've got to go back and go, right, number 1, have we answered the questions we identified? Have we tackled the reasons people might not want to buy? And have we framed our language consistently to align with that key buyer type we are tackling? So it's a lot of information, and it opens up a lot of questions. I'd love to hear how you do it. I'd love to hear your process. And also, if anyone wants to talk to me about any advice and tips on their product pages, give me a shout. It's a very enjoyable process going through and auditing your product pages. Hope that was useful. Until next time, everyone.